Good morning, Downers Grove South students. It's a wonderful day to be alive. Today is a gorgeous 2 degrees out and sunny, but we are here to talk about a more gloomy subject, teen stress. Here's Gabrielle, Chief Correspondent, reporting live outside DGS in the heart of teen stress.
Thanks, Eileen. According to psychologist Robert Leahy, the average high school kid today has the same level of anxiety as the average psychiatric patient in the early 1950s. This shocking statement reflects statistics from recent surveys taken throughout the country. According to American Psychology Association, teens reported an average of a 5.8 stress level on a 10-point scale, while adults reported an average of a 5.1 stress level. High stress levels are beginning earlier and earlier. The number one cause of it all? School. Back to you, Eileen.
Clearly, this is becoming a pressing problem in society. Now we'll go to live on location anchor Michelle Roma, who is interviewing counselor Anita Carpenter. Michelle, over to you.
Thanks, Eileen. We're here with college counselor Anita Carpenter, who will give us her opinion on stress in high school. Ms. Carpenter, what are your thoughts on teen stress today?
Well, I really feel that teen stress has been really heightened over the last few years. I think students are so involved in many activities, which is wonderful. I think when you are involved in activities, it teaches you to definitely look at what you're doing and how to process the time element. How time management is really crucial in high school because it gives you that foundation for college. But I think sometimes we overextend ourselves with some of our students overextend themselves, and then consequently the time management sometimes suffers because they're too involved. So then thus from that, stress is really heightened. And that's the fear factor with me, that I think students want to do well academically as well as participate in many programs, and they want to do everything so well that sometimes things don't end as well as they would like. And then so how do they deal with those stressors? And many times there's triggers that are involved with the stressors, and sometimes students don't have those skills to deal with it. So how do we handle that? I think it really depends on the student, and they have to decide what's best for them and how they look at what's involved with stress and how do they deal with it. And sometimes students don't have that foundation, as I said, so we have to teach them that. And that's why the beauty of counseling services here, particularly at Downers Grove South, are so great, that we can help students to look at other avenues.
I agree. Back to you, Eileen.
Thanks, Michelle. We are going to a commercial break featuring the newest model of Swedish stress balls. Thanks, Sweden. This commercial break is brought to you by Subway. Eat fresh. Now back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. In some ways, stress can motivate people to work harder, but in most cases, it has negative effects, especially on teens who are already dealing with busy lives. A recent survey done by the American Psychology Association reports that teen stress levels far exceeds what is believed to be healthy. 31% of teens feel overwhelmed, and 30% feel stressed or sad as a result of stress. And now over to Chief Correspondent Gabrielle, outside DGS.
According to the recent survey done by our own broadcast team, the cause of all teen stress is school. Allison Topp, sophomore at DGS, says that school is stressful because it puts a lot of pressure on performing well, and if a bad day gets in the way, more stress is put on because everything counts. Now we're going to Michelle Roma, our live on-site reporter, interviewing junior Laura Kinklin and sophomore Luke Halsman.
We're here live on location with junior Laura Conklin. Laura, what is your biggest cause of stress?
Thanks, Michelle. My biggest cause of stress would probably trying to balance all of my schoolwork and after-school activities along with a sports team, because it's just a lot to handle and expect to get good grades still.
Thank you for that insight. Back to Chief Correspondent Gabrielle, who is recording live outside DGS.
Thanks, Michelle. Overall, the issue that stress may lead to could damage someone's physical and mental state for a long time. Both teachers and students need to take action before this problem gets worse. By taking this pressing issue of stressed out students more seriously, society as a whole could improve, and teenagers will no longer feel unnecessary pressure put on them by adults who had it easier. This is Gabrielle B. reporting in front of DGS for BBC News in Downers Grove. Back to you, Eileen.
Thanks, Gabrielle. That's all for this week. See you in an hour with the 4 o'clock news looking into the newest model of Swedish stress balls. This is Eileen for BBC News, reporting from Downers Grove. Stay awesome, Gotham.